that when we're all together, it sort of comes to light.
Is that a more controversial truth? And you think that's maybe why white directors back away from it?
White directors backed away from.
You say that there's certain truths that come out behind closed doors. What do you think?
No, I just think that, example, I think that Obama, I was so brilliant about, and this is so brilliant about Obama, is that he brings his truth to the table as is. And, you know, there's a dialogue, there are two faces that I was brought up to have as an African American. The face that I'm putting on right now, and then the face we talk when we talk, you know, when I'm with them directing. And Sapphire, who sat on a press panel with us, was so bold, you know. She was so bold. And she showed the face that we keep to ourselves. I'm probably talking psychobabble to you all, but she showed a face that we keep to ourselves. She was like, Mariah was sitting on one side, and Monique was sitting on the other side, and Sapphire Precious was here, and Sapphire was in. And so someone said, well, why would you give it to Lee Daniels? And she said, these white motherfuckers, they were giving checks to me, and, you know, I'm fucking with this nigga right here. To about 100 people, and Mariah, yeah, she used the N-word. It's like, oh my God, you know, and that kind of truth, I think, needs to be, you need to see. You need to understand it, because it's there, and, you know, it's liberating when that stuff happens.
Well, even that voice in the opening credits to Push, you know, it's almost like, just tell them a little bit about the opening credits if they haven't seen it, how it's almost comes in that voice that Sapphire used and then is translated to, like, the, you know.
Her voiceover?
No, you know, the opening credits where it says directed by and all that. That they were.
Oh, the handwriting,
yeah.
Precious' handwriting. Tell them about it, little Precious.
Well, Precious is illiterate, and so she's trying her best to write, and it's all just completely screwed up. And that's how the book is written. The book is written in the language of someone who's illiterate and who just doesn't know any better. And so it's just transferred onto screen.
Now tell me a little bit about the process of casting Cabaret, because I know you looked at a lot of people people who weren't known and weren't actresses. What did you eventually find in her, and how did you come to the project?
We had 400, maybe 350. I can't remember. You lose count after about 350. About 350, 400 girls that we interviewed, and we even had a Precious camp where we were knocking them off. We should have had a reality show every week that we get to knock a Precious off before going into, because I couldn't find the right girl. And then Gabby, who was from Harlem, sort of brought a sense of to play Precious, you have to be intelligent, you know, because I didn't want to exploit somebody's. These girls were all real. These girls were Precious. So I was just been saying, okay, now move here and say that and feel that and do that. But Gabby is not Precious, you know. She's smarter than the girls that I interviewed that were up for the role. What I found from this process was that I was a racist. That I was racist against obese black people. I thought they smelled. I thought they were dumb. I thought that I learned a lot about myself. I learned and it was upsetting. It was startling upsetting. And that, you know, she's probably smells a lot better and is a hell of a lot smarter than me. And that's what I found out. And so that was my process and what I learned from working with her.
And Gabby, I mean, you came into this as an outsider to film, and you were working with some really famous, high-profile people. Was that something that, you know, did you use that little bit of uncomfortableness to inform your character, or was there a point where you were like, you know what, I belong here with these people?
I almost, like, it's sadly, I never really felt like I should be here, and like Paula Batten would like punch me in the face, and she'd be like, no, you are an actress, you are, because I'd be like, oh, the real actress is here today, and like, she'd be, no, you are a real actress. I kind of, it didn't come in handy, like my nervousness, because like these are all people that I absolutely admire, that will, at one point in time have had a grandiose conversation about how much I love them, you know, and it's just insane that I get to work with them. I use my fear, like I love Monique so much that I'm afraid of her. Like, like the first 2 days on set, she thought I was such a creep because I wouldn't talk to her. I wouldn't even look at her, just because I loved her so much. And it worked because, you know, she plays my mother, who's very abusive. And I am scared. Like, Precious is afraid of Mary, and I was afraid of Monique. And it, like, every time she was on set, okay, it's okay. And it worked.
Mike, I want to talk about City Rats for a little bit, or Steve, rather. I'm sorry. It's a movie